Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a makeup tutorial. It's been a while. I filmed this just because I'm trying to film more makeup and I was like, you know what? It might go up, it might not, but I thought it turned out really pretty. It's mostly about the eyes, but I have the whole makeup look except for my lips. I ended up getting distracted and I didn't film like a final look, but you will see the final look. But you know what I mean. I forgot to do like the whole glamorous hair makeup ending, but it's about the eyes. Since mermaid core is a thing right now, and that's like my favorite thing, I wanted to do a pretty glittery blue, oceany, mermaidy look. So I started with priming my lids. I'm trying to get rid of my Shape Tape because we don't do Tarte over here. So I'm just trying to use it up, but it works as a good eyeshadow base. I'm going to use that first on my lids and then just use a little bit of powder to set it. Going in with the Too Faced Italian Spritz palette, I'm taking some of those warm brown shades and just throwing that in the crease as a base. And I would recommend using warm brown shades for this because if you use anything cool toned, it will get very muddy very quickly against any blue or green that you add with it. So just piling that on and blending it until it looks how I want. I like it to have a nice gradient and be very smooth and blended so that everything is just seamless at the end because you don't want to have to go back and blend this when you have so much glitter on your eyes. So then for my base, I have this beautiful blue, icy bluish, greenish, just beautiful shade that I thought is like the perfect mermaid kind of blue. And it's a liquid eyeshadow from Hard Candy, I believe. I'm not sure of the name, but if I can find it online, it will be linked down below. I'm going to use that as a primer for everything else and as a base. It's so pretty. The glitter is just super reflective and I just feel like it makes like the perfect mermaidy shade to use for the summer. So I'm just going to put that all over my lids evenly. Now I'm taking this ColourPop eyeshadow and I'm going to wet my brush because at first when I was trying to pick it up, it wasn't really picking up. So I was like, I'm going to wet my brush. And that worked really well. And I'm just lightly tapping that all over the base. The base is kind of dry, but it's not fully dried yet. If you go in when the base is super wet, your eyeshadow is going to stick to it. You're going to get patchiness. So I wanted an effortlessly kind of overall glittery, shimmery look. So I'm just tapping it all over the lid with the brush. And then lightly blending any edges, but not too much because I don't want it to get muddy. Because I did notice with more blending, it was already getting muddy and I did not like that. You can see I'm looking right now and I'm literally thinking, okay, it's getting muddy. I don't like that. So I went in with more warm brown shades to try to combat that muddiness. And then I'm taking another one of these Eye Def liquid eyeshadows from Hard Candy. This one is like a blue, like a silver blue. And I just thought that little bit of silver on top would really make it pop and make it look very ocean-like and watery. Like you're staring at the ocean and the sunlight is hitting and it's giving like that mermaidy crystal water kind of effect. It did make it a little bit too icy, so you'll see I'm going to go in later and brighten it up because I still wanted it to be blue-green. Now for even more glitter, I remembered I have this glitter from MAC called Reflex Blue, and it's this beautiful pearlescent glitter, but it reflects blue when the light hits it. So, and it's something that I rarely get to use, but with this look, I thought it was perfect to really give, again, that glittery, watery look. And I'm using the same brush, dry, and I'm just putting that lightly all over. And you can see I'm even putting it in the crease, and it just gives the most beautiful shimmer. So when the light hits your face, you get this gorgeous overall blue glitter all over the eye. And I just think it's just so mermaidy, so pretty. I had to take a moment to just show you guys how the glitter looks in the light. Like already, it's just gorgeous. Obsessed. Again, I'm going to take that silver eyeshadow and do some inner corner work. Just lightly blending it with the brush. Now I wanted a little bit more definition, and I wanted the eye to just have a little bit more depth, a little bit more smokiness, a little bit more of a siren vibe. So I'm taking a dark brown on a really tiny little pencil brush and just putting that on the very outer corner of the eye, kind of flicking it. I don't really like to do a full-on wing because I like my eyes to look round. I just prefer that look on myself. So instead of full out doing a wing, I just do a little bit on the lid and just flick it out and then blend it. And just that little subtle hint of smokiness just really makes the look more intense and sexy, I think. Cleaning up under the brow with a clean brush so that everything just blends nicely. Now, this is why I said earlier that I was going to make it brighter. I wanted it to be a little bit more green, a little bit more blue, and just have more intensity in that shade. So I took another ColourPop color, which is like a minty dark blue, minty green blue. You know what I'm trying to say, like a teal. And just, again, dry, taking that and just adding that on the lid just for more color. But I didn't want to cover all the glitter and stuff. Now for the cheeks, I went in with 2 liquid blushes. These are Rare Beauty. I believe the colors are Happy and Joy. I mixed together a pink and orange. I wanted more of a bright coral kind of flush of color because I feel like pink and mint together is super spring and pretty. But I love the coral look as well next to a mint green. So this is like a happy medium. Taking this Fenty blush brush and just buffing that all in before I do my concealer. This is a good way to use cream blush if you're scared of the intensity. Do your concealer over it. I'm trying out this new concealer from Natasha Denona that I just picked up at Sephora. It's her new line of concealers, and this is from the pink range. I'm so obsessed with this. The consistency of this blush is just, this concealer is gorgeous. It instantly makes the whole face look super, super bright, photoshopped. It's like a super tacky, thick concealer, but in a good way. I'm obsessed. I have been using it nonstop since I got it. And it just instantly, I've been using it in conjunction with other concealers as a brightener, but even using it on its own, it's freaking gorgeous. So much pigment. It makes, like I said, makes the skin look super, super bright and airbrushed. And I love, love, love how it looks. Next, I'm setting everything with translucent powder. And then I'm going in with my Givenchy brightening powder with a powder puff. Still want to keep it bright, even though we're going to do a glossy kind of skin look, a little bit of a wet look on the skin, but still want to make sure everything is nice and set, especially for a spring or summer day. Now I'm going in with the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I'm going to use that as a bronzer. Just makes the skin look super smooth. I love the consistency of it. And I will leave the links to all the shades of that powder that I use. I like to use a foundation shade for all over the face, and then I use a darker one as a bronzer. And then I've also been using a lighter one as an under eye powder. Now I'm taking my bronzer and just lightly contouring my nose. I just love the look of connecting that to the brow. It just completes the look for me. Taking some brown on a pencil brush on the lower lash line. And just I kind of focused on making that shadow thicker on the middle to end of my eye. And it just added like this nice doe-eyed effect. Makes your eyes look bigger and just a little bit more intense. And also it balances what we have on top. Flicking it out just a little bit. I just feel like that extra little flick just does something. It just, I don't know, from far it just creates this nice illusion. Now I'm taking a blending brush and just making sure that that's nice and softened. Make sure everything is blended. Now I wanted some more intensity in the warm, bright tones on the crease and on the lower lash line to really make that blue pop, and adding that coral shade underneath the eye just really instantly makes the look pop. The contrast against the blue on the lid just really makes everything just look more saturated and balanced. Now I'm going to go in with these little pearls, and I will link these down below as well. You can use these for your nails, your eyes, your skin, you know, wherever. I'm just using a little bit of lash glue to glue those onto the outer corners of my eyes. Since this is like a mermaidy look, I feel like this is more wearable too, just doing like one little pearl. But if you were doing this for like Halloween or for a party or festival, definitely I would do a lot more pearls and even rhinestones. Let me know if you guys want to see a full out like mermaidy kind of look. Now I'm finishing off to make the skin look dewy with some Fenty liquid highlighter on a kabuki brush. I'm going to just pop that everywhere. And then I also, after doing this, I went in with more of my cream blush and cream bronzer. And that's how you can kind of wear powder and cream at the same time. So like I said, I did forget to get a final look, but this is pretty much it. I just did a regular nude lip. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more in-depth tutorials like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay glam. Bye.